Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders, great millstone, and rule well. Peace and blessing, salutations for the hopeful elect of Israel. Alright. This is Matthew chapter 14, verse 22. And straightway Yahweh Shai constrained his disciples to get into a ship and to go before him onto the other side, while he sent the multitudes away. And when he had sent the multitudes away, he went up into a mountain apart to pray. And when the evening was come, he was there alone. But the ship was now in the midst of the sea, tossed with waves, for the wind was contrary. And in the fourth watch of the night, Yahweh Shai went unto them, walking on the sea. So he was walking on water. All right, we believe that he's able to do these things. And when the disciples saw him walking on the sea, they were troubled, saying, "It is a spirit," and they cried out for fear. All right, so they, didn't know who it was, or what it was, rather. But straightway Yahweh Shai spake unto them, saying, "Be of good cheer, it is I, be not afraid." And Peter answered him and said, "Lord, if it be thou, bid me come unto thee on the water." And he said, "Come." And when Peter was come down out of the ship, he walked on the water to go to Yahweh Shai. But when he saw the wind boisterous, he was afraid, and beginning to sink, he cried, saying, "Lord, save me." All right, so Peter, he got out of the ship and he started walking on water a little bit. Probably took a couple steps, and then he, started looking at it in a carnal perspective. He wasn't looking at it spiritually anymore. He was worrying about, how deep the water is, or the wind is blowing really hard, the roaring waves. He let all that bring doubt upon him, and he fell into the water. All right. And immediately Yahweh Shai stretched forth his hand and caught him and said unto him, "O thou of little faith, wherefore didst thou doubt?" And when they were come into the ship, the wind ceased. All right, so we have to be how Peter was in this, except instead of, once you start walking on the water, don't give up, don't doubt, right? We have to put on those spiritual blinders and focus on what's ahead. Okay, don't worry about if somebody, says, well, the Bible ain't real. Or, makes scoffing comments and doubt demons come on you. We have to be like Peter in this instance, but don't doubt. All right? We have to be able to walk on that water to Yahweh Shai without doubting. Okay? That's what we have to do. That's what we have to do. And it's all about faith. Okay? Faith. Let's look up the word faith. This is the definition of faith. Complete trust or confidence in someone or something. Synonyms: trust, belief, confidence, conviction, optimism, hopefulness, hope. Second definition says strong belief in God, which God's name is Yahweh, or in the doctrines of a religion based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. All right? So we believe that Yahweh and Yahweh Shai exist. We believe that we are part of the 144,000 and we can be delivered by the chariots before the nuclear desolation. We believe that America will be destroyed very soon. We believe that the RFID chip will be made mandatory. We believe that the stock markets will crash. All right? These are things that we believe, all right, and that we hope for. Okay, we believe that Jacob's beginning is coming. We believe that Jacob's trouble is coming. All right? Both of those. Because Jacob's trouble has to come before Jacob's beginning. Okay? Because the end of Esau is the time that we're in now, and that's when Jacob's trouble is going to be. And then, once that passes, then it's going to be Jacob's beginning. This is Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Okay, so we don't need documented proof of Yahweh Shai's existence, man. We believe in Yahweh Shai. We believe that he exists and that he is the son of Yahweh. Okay? We believe that he died for the nation of Israel, specifically the elect. Verse 6. But without faith... Oh, wait. Actually, I can just keep reading. All right, verse 2. For by it the elders obtained a good report. Through faith we understand that the worlds were framed by the word of Yahweh, so that things which are seen were not made of things which do appear. By faith Abel offered unto Yahweh a more excellent sacrifice than Cain, by which he obtained witness that he was righteous, Yahweh testifying of his gifts, and by it he being dead yet speaketh. By faith Enoch was translated that he should not see death, and was not found, because Yahweh had translated him. For before his translation he had this testimony that pleased Yahweh. But without faith it is impossible to please him. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. By faith Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet, moved with fear, prepared an ark to the saving of his house, by the which he condemned the world, and became heir of the righteousness which is by faith. All right, so faith without works is dead, and works without faith is dead. And we understand that we have to do both. But it's very, very important to have faith. Okay, there may be moments when you feel like you're disconnected from Yahweh Shema Shai, or you're being torn, away, but you're not. Okay? You're not. Those are just demons. Those are just, tests to try you. But you have to have faith that Yahweh Shema Shai is with you, man. All right? But look what it just said, though. By faith, Noah, being warned of Yahweh of things not seen as yet. So there was no indication at all that there was a flood coming, other than the fact that Yahweh told Noah that there's a flood that's going to come and wipe out the planet, I should say. So Noah didn't see it rain, or he didn't see, the water rising or anything. He didn't see any of that. But he believed that Yahweh told him truth. So he prepared an ark. He did just what Yahweh said by faith. Because you think he didn't have faith, man? He had to build the ark exactly the way that Yahweh told him. And he had faith that he would do it, to the exact orders. To the exact orders. Because he probably had some moments where he was like, well, if I don't do this, I don't use this certain thing, or do it exactly this size, and I may, it may sink. It may get flooded, and the water may overtake it. And there's a lot of things that were probably going through his mind. A lot of doubt, man. And all of them. But they let their faith overpower their doubt. They had faith that, Noah, he had faith. Yeah, there's going to be a flood coming. And I'm going to have this ark ready. And I'm going to be in it with my family before that flood hits. And we're going to be okay. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out, not knowing whither he went. So he didn't even know where he was going, man. Those demons probably came on him, could have said, yeah, he's leading you to nowhere, or, you're abandoning your home. But he left that home, and he had faith in Yahweh that he was going to a plot of land that was appointed to him. Okay? By faith he sojourned in the land of promise, as in a strange country, dwelling in tabernacles with Isaac and Jacob, the heirs with him of the same promise. For he looked for a city which hath foundations, whose builder and maker is Yahweh. Through faith also Sarah herself received strength to conceive seed, and was delivered of a child when she was past age, because she judged him faithful who had promised. All right, so she was already past the age, man. So of course she had those moments, well, I can't have a child. I'm too old. But she had faith, and she's like, well, Yahweh promised me that I'd have a child. And she did. And she did. And it was Isaac. Right? Therefore sprang there even of one, and him as good as dead, so many as the stars of the sky in multitude, and as the sand which is by the seashore innumerable. These all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. For they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is, an heavenly, wherefore Yahweh is not ashamed to be called their God, for he hath prepared for them a city. By faith, Abraham, when he was tried, offered up Isaac, and he that had received the promises offered up his only begotten son, of whom it was said, that in Isaac shall thy seed be called, accounting that Yahweh was able to raise him up even from the dead, from whence also he received him in a figure. By faith Isaac blessed Jacob and Esau concerning things to come. By faith Jacob, when he was a dying, blessed both the sons of Joseph, and worshipped, leaning upon the top of his staff. By faith Joseph, when he died, made mention of the departing of the children of Israel, and gave commandment concerning his bones. By faith Moses, when he was born, was hid 3 months of his parents, because they saw he was a proper child, and they were not afraid of the king's commandment. By faith Moses, when he was come to years, refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, choosing rather to suffer affliction with the people of Yahweh than to enjoy the pleasures of sin for a season. Now that takes a lot of faith, man. He had it all. He had all the carnal possessions that you could possibly imagine. All right? Because ancient Egypt was at the top at that point. He had everything you could imagine, man. And he gave it all up to suffer with his people, man. Because he had faith. And also, when they came to the Red Sea, you think there weren't people. I mean, you would look at the Bible show or movies about Exodus. People there's bound to be somebody that scoffed him, saying, "Well, you brought us here to die, or you brought us to the Red Sea to die, or we're gonna die here now, because it was a dead end, because of the sea." But what did Moses do? He trusted in Yahweh and he split the Red Sea. Yahweh used him to split the Red Sea, and they passed through. You think that didn't take faith? Walking through that, seeing the waves way above you, and they could literally fall and just crush you with the water pressure, or like all the weight of that water, or they could drown you. When you're walking through it, but he had faith that they would stay up and that he would be able to pass all the way through. That takes faith, man. That takes faith. Okay? Esteeming the reproach of Hamashiach greater riches than the treasures in Egypt, for he had respect unto the recompense of the reward. By faith he forsook Egypt, not fearing the wrath of the king, for he endured as seeing him who is invisible. Seeing him who is invisible. So we can't see Yahweh right now. All right? We can't even see Yahweh Shai right now. We can't see the angels. But we see these prophecies. If you're looking spiritually. And the point is, we don't see Yahweh or Yahweh Shai, the angels, right now. We don't see any of that. We can't just simply, tell somebody, look, that's Yahweh or that's Yahweh Shai up in the sky. We can't do that. But we believe that they're there. We believe them. We believe in them. We believe that our prayers are being answered. We believe that when we fast, it's actually doing something. All right? It's not just us starving ourselves. We believe that it has many spiritual benefits. All right? We have to see the bigger picture. We believe that the kingdom is coming and that we are working towards it. Through faith, he kept the Passover and the sprinkling of blood, lest he that destroyed the firstborn should touch them. And that is extreme faith right there, man. Just imagine that. All right? You're told to put this lamb blood on your door a certain specific way. And if you mess up or you don't do it, you forget to do it, the angel of death is going to put your firstborn to death, man. That is a lot of faith. That takes a lot of faith to follow to follow commands to the T, man. And right there, see, that's the spirit. By faith they passed through the Red Sea as by dry land, which the Egyptians essaying to do were drowned. Man. By faith the walls of Jericho fell down after they were compassed about 7 days. Come on, man. So they were given specific orders to walk around and, to march around the city of Jericho. And they did it all exactly as Yahweh commanded them. Well, Yahweh had an angel tell Joshua what to do. All right. And what happened? The walls fell down, man. And they took the city because they had faith. What about the 2 spies? There was a bunch of spies, and they saw the people living there. They saw them. I'm pretty sure it was Hamites there. They didn't believe. They're like, yeah, we can't do it. They were so scared. But what did Joshua and Caleb say? They believed that Yahweh would allow them to take him, man. That Yahweh would allow them to take that city. All right? They believed that they could do it against all odds, man. All right? You think Judah Maccabee didn't have faith when he would always go against much bigger armies? You're damn right he had faith, man. He had a lot of faith in Yahweh. And he ended up putting so much hurt on all these nations that a lot of people feared his name, man. All right? By faith, the harlot Rahab perished not with them that believed not, when she had received the spies with peace. So yeah, she was told to hang something on her door so they wouldn't come and kill her. And everybody else in the city got slayed, man. But she had faith that Yahweh would keep, his promise, basically. All right, that she, because she had it so they wouldn't kill her. Okay, she had them to tell her that they're not going to kill her, And what shall I more say? For the time should fail me to tell of Gideon, and I think it's supposed to be Barak. Barak, okay. Because that's supposed to be Gideon, Barak, and of Samson, and of Jephthah, of David also, and Samuel, and of the prophets, who through faith subdued kingdoms, wrought righteousness, obtained promises, stopped the mouths of lions. Yeah, what about Daniel when he was in the lion's den? There's like 2 lions sitting right there, hungry as fuck, man. You think he didn't have faith? What about his 3 friends when they were thrown in that furnace? They had faith. They definitely had faith, man. Quenched the violence of fire, escaped the edge of the sword, out of weakness were made strong, waxed valiant in fight, turned to flight the armies of the aliens. Yeah, that's another thing. Judah Maccabee, he put a lot of people to flight, which means they fled. Women received their dead raised to life again, like Lazarus. Lazarus was raised from the dead by Yahushua, and others were tortured, not accepting deliverance, that they might obtain a better resurrection. And others had trial of cruel mocking and scourgings, yea, moreover, of bonds and imprisonment. They were stoned, they were sawn asunder, were tempted, were slain with the sword. They wandered about in sheepskins and goatskins, being destitute, afflicted, tormented, of whom the world was not worthy. They wandered in deserts and in mountains and in dens and caves of the earth. And these all, having obtained a good report through faith, received not the promise. Yahweh having provided some better thing for us, that they without us should not be made perfect. All right, so the prophets and a lot of the people through the Bible have gone through hell, man. All right, we're all going through hell. All right, we're catching major hell, man. Okay, but we have to have faith. And, that's the spirit. I wasn't even planning on reading this whole chapter, but it was heavy and was very necessary. Okay, we have to have faith in Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai. You have to believe these things, man. You have to believe that you can continue to do the work. You have to believe that Yahweh B'Hashem Yahushai will guide you every step you take. You have to believe that no matter what any worldly person says about you or feels about you, that you will continue doing the work and that you will continue being faithful, man. All right, when Jacob's trouble arises, you have to have faith that you won't get caught up in it. You have to have faith that all this pestilence won't get you. You have to have faith that you'll be fed and clothed and given drink like water. You have to have faith that when those chariots come, you're going to get beamed up. Because you're going to see a bunch of missiles. Doubt demons are going to be trying to swarm all up in you. But you have to believe that chariot is going to pick you up, man. All right? You have to believe it. And if you're destined to be a martyr, you have to believe that there's a reward waiting for you after death. You have to believe these things, man. You have to believe that Yahweh B'Hashem Shai is with you, even when your head is in the guillotine. Okay? You have to believe these things. So, let me get one more precept. I'm going to close out. Okay? The point is have faith. Faith is extremely important. Okay? Faith is extremely important. And this is a brotherhood, man. So we help each other out. All right? And Lord willing, this lesson is boosting your faith and going to encourage you to do more. This is Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved. And you can't endure unless you have faith. Okay? So have faith. All right? I love the sincere Akim Wa'akwathim. Barakathum to you. All right? To all you sincere Akim Wa'akwathim, keep pushing. Okay? We are almost out of this place. So with that said, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Double honors to the apostles and the elders, a great millstone, roll well. Peace and blessing salutations to the hopeful elect of Israel. Shalom.